Backpocket presents Golden Nuggets. There are golden nuggets in every podcast we do. Here are our 3 golden nuggets. Enjoy.
Have you heard of traction? You ever heard of this?
I have not.
So traction is the it's more of like a business process kind of overall approach to small business. So it's usually between anywhere from like 50 employees to 200 employees, kind of tops. But it is a process that works across every single business for staying on track, for making goals and keeping them going. How you can run your meetings. We adopted this last year, and that has been what's brought process, because everything else was just flying by the seat of our pants, like, oh shit, we got to make a video for that beer. And now it's like we have stuff in place. There's a marketing meeting every week where these elements get brought up. We talk about timing, and then we assess how big the beer is going to be. Can we shoot this thing in house, or do we have to utilize our friends at Urban Mountain, who it's a production company that we're friends with, and they're also part of the BauHaus family, as in they have great production skills, great eye. They have awesome gear, and they know what they're doing. So that's how we choose. And now we decided that outdoing doesn't always mean going bigger in terms of scope. It means being smarter.
Sweet.
Love it.
Okay, so I hope I'm not off the beaten path with this, but so BauHaus is practicality. That's the art. It's all about practicality. When you created that name, and through these stories that you've already told us and the journey you've embodied, has BauHaus, that name, kind of changed your perspective on your own personality? Like, have you tried to embody that practicality? Because I am feeling like every single thing you're describing totally evolves around that whole idea of being practical, whether it's the videos or whether it's the next event you're going to promote or the event you're going to host. Mm-hmm. I mean, and the reason I'm bringing this up is we created Backpocket, and the mantra that we started was ordinary average guys. Yeah. Just a couple of dudes having a passion to share a message. And we wanted to interview our friends, then professors, and then it came on to people like you with awesome stories. So have you found that in your life? Like you're now like you're a BauHaus minion almost.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that I've never thought about it like that way before, but that's absolutely what it is. We want to embody the idea that humility and approachability and inclusivity is part of our whole brand, and it's really made me change kind of the way I see things, like cynicism and just being introverted or anything like that. It's helped me absolutely kind of view things differently, and I think it's caused me to become more process driven with myself in terms of having a regimen, having a routine, having things that continue, because that's how you grow. It's the whole compound interest thing that I think Dr. Matt was talking about the other week, where you give yourself the kind of the same processes every day. You just keep getting better and better and better. You're kind of always mastering as you go, while you're still a student the whole time. And I feel like that's what this business has taught us, is that you can always be better. And before, it's like, I don't know. I'd say that's the kind of the thing I'm starting to learn and adopt. Yeah.
Awesome.
And that's like really the mindset you have to have, obviously, with anything, but more so in the brewery industry. And Andrew was kind of giving me a background on it in terms of like craft brewery or brews was really started by Summit. Back
in the Twin Cities. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like the most modern beer that actually brought in these kind of newer styles, absolutely. I mean, Schell's has been the one that's here forever, but they're like the old school German brewery that started back in the 1800s. Okay. They're still killing it, and they make awesome beer. Summit was where they started introducing some of these newer styles that were coming from the West Coast, and
So my point was, there are so many breweries out there. So many. And it's like, one of my questions was like, how do you differentiate yourself? Mm-hmm. And you're already showing that with being yourself, staying practicality, reinforcing, tripling down, exploiting that message, that unique opportunity for someone like Andrew and I, where we can Google brewery on a Friday night and go anywhere. Mm-hmm. We can literally go anywhere within walking distance. Yep. What makes BauHaus better than any of those other ones?
Well, it's not even about what's better. It's
it's the unique opportunity.
Exactly. What's the unique thing that we're going to offer you that you might be interested in? Be like, we make our events part of our marketing. Like, our events themselves are, your way in. Because if you have a really unique first touch point where it's like, luckily, it's not just about the beer for us. Like you said, it's bigger than that.
Last year, probably right around this time, who specializes in meditation, and he says, like, when you're thinking and your mind's going all over the place, you're gonna have thoughts that go to the future, thoughts that go to the past, future with anxiousness and
past depression. Yeah,
exactly. We're all there. So one thing that I started doing like last week, I always like to visualize my breathing to understand and have that contribute to me being in the present. So when you breathe in, imagine like hands are coming up through your nose, in your mouth, into your brain, and grabbing all the thoughts. And then when you breathe out, dude, it flings them all out of there, dude. It's crazy.
Visualization with meditation is insane. It's insane because once you can start seeing it, and you can just immediately do that. Like it's like exercising a muscle.
Yes,
it's awesome. I've never done that. I'm gonna try that.
That's cool. Try it out though.
Yeah.
That's staying in the present.
Yeah.
I found this this book. It kind of just came into my peripheral. It's funny, man, because I was listening to that Stationary Astronaut dude talking about like psychedelics, and and it's like this came out of that. I read that book, How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan. You heard this book?
Yes.
It's amazing.
Haven't read it.
It is amazing, just because it's mind blowing, because you see the benefits that psychedelics could have on the entire human race if treated properly. Like the way that you can cure addiction, the way that you can get people over anxieties, depression, fear, by letting them conquer their own inner demons through this kind of medicine. That's amazing to me. And then that led me to this book called Mind to Matter by Dawson Church. And this is like, it's basically using science to prove what shamans and people in the spiritual and meditation world have been trying to say to everyone forever. Because now you can measure everything with your EEG monitors, EKG monitors, and show that changes are happening, like with scientific data based on, meditation and everything. And there's a meditation style this dude developed called eco-meditation. And it's like a process of tuning your brain to all the proper brain waves. You'll hit every brain wave that you need to kind of get in tune with the world. Which, have you guys heard of the Schumann resonances at all? Maybe that come across anything? No?
Not yet.
So this is wild. Like, there are different frequencies that the Earth just emits, and they are different like frequency ranges, and those are the Schumann resonances, and they all coincide with different areas of brainwave patterns that that we have as humans. I mean, it makes sense. We all evolved here. It's like those are the kind of the key areas. So
those are the roots.
Yeah,
essentially.
Yeah. And so if you can tune your brain to those frequencies with a meditation, you're in tune for the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I would never play music without getting my guitar in tune. Like, that would sound like shit. Like, it would be awful. Like, if I wasn't tuned up. So it's like making sure that you have that, so you have resonance with kind of everything that's going on.
And then you got that sound, that harmony.
Yeah, exactly. You live life in harmony. If you tune in, you tune yourself up every day. You live life in more harmony. It's just, and it's like now after doing this for like 90 days straight, it's like, holy shit, it is all real. Yes.
Man, I mean, first off,
we need to get on that.
Yeah, I will share the link, but for any of your listeners, it's called Eco Meditation. He made it free because he's like, this shouldn't be something you have to be behind a paywall. Like, everyone should be able to do this. Yeah, it's insane.
We're ideas guys, and we're just trying to provide some value.
Yeah, and you did.
Okay.
That's great.
Do we have? Oh, wait, I had one more. This
Tell
one
me.
might not. Actually, I'm not even gonna say what kind of idea it is. So, Boomerangs on Instagram. You familiar?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we just do pretty much a 1-minute promo of just random boomerangs, as many different crazy boomerangs, like hanging upside down boomerangs, or throwing boomerangs.
They're throwing a boomerang on a boomerang.
Literally throwing a beer and then just playing it in reverse.
That's actually just genius in itself. Just be like, we made a boomerang beer, and it's just we're using boomerangs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about
that's the promo.
The one-off brand, right? The one-off boomerang BauHaus brew.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call it a shitty beer, but like the money you put in is not a lot. This would be a sweet promo for that, because then you could utilize it where anyone could start doing boomerangs.
Oh yeah.
And it would be the BauHaus Boomerang.
All right.
Show us your BauHaus Boomerang.
All right. That's good. That's good.
Yes.
That one's real good.
So we open the door with Animal Haas, and then we crush it with Boomerang.
Crush it with Boomerang, because I can see that's that is that one thing where it's like you do it in service of everyone else because you show them you can do this too. You can participate, and it's like, show us your boomerang. Then you got all these advocates on your side anyways.
Yeah, and you got idiots like us.
Yeah, who would do
sending BauHaus Brewery Instagram just going like this 1 billion times. You know how many times girls boomerang in a day?
Oh, it's astronomical.
I won't even say girls. You know how many times people in a day practice boomerangs?
The boomerang is that's the new way to consume any content. Like if you
I
want to see
boomerang today as well.
Yeah, like, hey, what is he or she doing today? It's like, well, they boomerang this. It's like, I don't know if that's what they're really doing, but that's what it looks like. You know.
All right, that's our game.
Shout out to boomerangs.
Those were our ideas.
I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it. I like being on the other side. Usually, I'm the one having to pitch the ideas.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Golden Nuggets. If you want to watch this version of Golden Nuggets, go onto YouTube and search the Backpocket Podcast. You'll go into that channel and you'll be able to find everything you need. If you want to read the Golden Nuggets, go to yourbackpockets.com. That's with an S, yourbackpockets.com. And go under the tab blog because that's where you'll be able to read it. If you want to interact with us, go on to social media, the Backpocket Podcast on Instagram or on Twitter, _the Backpocket. You know the drill. Interact with us. We love your interaction. Take care.